gentlemen, we have the one and only friend of the show, Audra McLaughlin, on the line now. How you doing, Audra?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me back, Paul.
No, it's nice to see you again. A lot of things have happened since obviously we last spoke, and that Headed for the Fall had come out a few months ago now, and it's been doing really, really well. And I mean, what was the inspiration for that?
You know, it was funny. We kind of were just hashing around like different ideas when myself and Jamey Johnson and Johnny Garcia, when we wrote that one, and Johnny actually had the title, and we kind of just got to talking about like what does that song kind of mean. And basically, I mean, the whole meaning behind it was just being in a relationship that, you know, you obviously you wanted it to work out, but it's just, you knew that it wasn't going to, you know, and so you knew it was kind of going to crash and burn, but you kind of kept trying either way. But yeah, we love that tune. I mean, it's definitely got some rockin' kind of vibe to it, and it's been exciting to see the reaction from people. It's got a lot of cool like rock vibes, but like soulful, sort of carry driven vibes too. And so yeah, that was a fun one to write. We really enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah, so and while we're just reminding me, thank you very much for introducing me to Johnny and to Jimmy as well. I mean, two great guys. I'm hoping to they've said we're going to meet up in Dublin when we go and see Garth. And have a Guinness or two. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But no, thank you for that. It was great. Two great guys.
Oh, absolutely. They're great guys. They're both like just such gems, and I'm very honored to get to work with them. And they're just the nicest two guys ever. I mean, they've welcomed me into their family, and you know, I've gotten to know their wives and their kids, and it's just been such a beautiful experience working with them. So it's really cool.
Oh no, it's like you see, you can tell good guys, you know, because obviously the fame and all that, they're just down to earth guys. And when Johnny Garcia said he's the actual DIY guy for his neighborhood, and he's the go-to guy for fixing plumbing, and a woman come to him and said he's there fixing the plumbing, and said, actually, I just saw you on the TV with Garth Brooks in the stadium. It's like he's under the sink with a spanner.
It's so funny, actually. Oh my God, that's hilarious you said that, because like Johnny is like, he does so many things. He like started off, he did like electrician work and plumbing work and like all kinds of stuff in Texas, you know, while he was coming up and learning guitar and everything. And yeah, I mean, that man, he can fix anything. Like if I go to him and say, man, I don't know, I'm having some car troubles, I know he could probably figure it out.
I know, what a great guy. I mean, that is so nice. And it's great to have that team behind you. And I know because of obviously their experience and the sort of background, they wouldn't take an artist on unless they truly believed in them as well, like yourself. And Jimmy put me in touch with Jamie Mayer as well in Sweden. And Jamie came to London last November, and I'm heavily involved with the British Country Music Association now, sort of head of media and obviously the official interviewer for them. And I said, well, why are you coming down? Let me see if we can. Anyway, I got him. We couldn't get him a gig, but he actually brought people on, you know, like announced the nominees and things like that. So it was nice to meet him, and he said the same thing about having that team behind him. And you know, I think it's a good two-way thing. You know, you're fortunate to have them, but they're also fortunate to have you, and they're hanging your hat on you. So well done.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's such a blessing. I have not met Jamie yet, but I've heard so much about him, and he is just, he is an incredible talent. I mean, I just hope to get to work with him at some point when I'm in his hometown. I mean, he's just incredible. It's crazy.
I know, it's great. But with yourself, I mean, obviously we spoke last time about the, you know, your career and things like, obviously the voice being on Blake Shelton's team as well, which is a great thing to have in your sort of CV kind of thing, isn't it? But like I said, new music coming along, but also you're very busy on the sort of touring thing. I noticed on your website that obviously last night you were gigging, you're doing a lot around Nashville right now. How's those shows going for you?
Yeah, everything's been going really well. I mean, I've definitely been doing a lot more in Nashville. I've been doing a lot of writers rounds and stuff like that, which writers rounds, you know, you get to perform your own original songs, and you get to showcase those to, you know, a lot more industry people. And and so I'm trying to really kind of build up my presence, I guess, here in Nashville. But also, I mean, I've been kind of doing shows like a lot of different places too, a little bit on the outskirts of Tennessee. And I actually just brought on a new booking agent that's out of Texas. And so he's working on a lot of kind of bigger festivals and, opening slots and corporate stuff and different things for me. But yeah, the touring stuff has been going good here in Nashville. I mean, we've been having a great time playing gigs here and getting to know a lot of tourists and things like that. Because I mean, the thing about Nashville is that people come from all over the world, like I was saying, I met some people from Canada last night. There was people from Israel at my show, and Texas and Wyoming and all these different parts of the world and the United States. And it's just amazing the people you get to meet when you are in Nashville. And I've made so many great friendships with these people that, hopefully I'll get to play in their hometown cities as well.
Well, as you said that, you're going to be playing in very near my hometown, very shortly. I can't wait to see you over here in the UK. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so I'm super excited to perform for Boots and Buckles. I mean, this is going to be my very first time in the UK. So I'm just super excited that I get to be on a stage with such talented people. I mean, and the band that is backing us out, I actually met Kezia 2 weeks ago when she was here in Nashville, and her and I got together with her and Lloyd, and oh my gosh, they're the sweetest people, and she's just a doll. And so I'm just so excited to get to share the stage with her and with William Michael Morgan and all these incredible people and people that I've never seen live. So I'm super excited, and I hope to obviously get to meet you as well, because it's been great getting to know you guys, and you guys have been so supportive of me, and I'm excited to come over. So I'm gearing up. I'm like a little kid in a candy shop. I'm like, let's go. Can June be here already?
It is so great, the Buckle and Boots. It's like a big farm. It's a huge farm with barn. No, and they've converted the barn into stage. But people are just like camping out in camper vans or tents, and they're just getting up, and there's like different tents, different marquees with different things going on during the day, and obviously the main stage. And it was the first time I went was last year. It was just a couple. I was going to go for the full weekend, and then it clashed with my daughter's wedding, because my daughter was waiting to get married in July, and I went, okay, I can only go for one day. She wouldn't change the date, God bless her. But but it was great. But when you're saying like Kezia, and I know you've got a great team behind you, including Donna Zanetti and Donna's. I met Donna the other day in London at the C2C again, and but when you saw like Kezia go on stage and see the following that she's bringing with her as well, you've got another great team behind you that believe in you, and then obviously that's what the UK is like at the moment. I mean, it's just phenomenal.
It's great.
The scene over here now. It's both UK and international, but there's a great appreciation growing for UK talent.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I follow all of Kezia's posts, and I'm just so excited for her. I'm proud of her, and she's worked so hard, and she's an incredible talent, and I mean, she's really making some big waves. So I'm super excited for her, and yeah, I'm excited to get to perform on the same stage as her. So that'll be really cool.
No, that'd be good. No, like I said, you really love it. And the Hancocks, who obviously own the old sort of buildings and grounds, they're a amazing family as well. So you got a good, they have like an Irish. Is it sort of what do they call it? The crack at the creek, or the creek at the crack, or crack at the creek, like a big Irish thing. And then they have like a rock kind of weekend, and I was just amazed, and everybody's just walking around happy with a pint in their hand and whatever. So you're going to have an amazing time. So again, if people want to check out where you are and get tickets, what's the best place to go? Is it your website or?
Yeah, definitely. My website, audramclaughlin.com, and also on my in pretty much on all of my links, like on Instagram and stuff, I have like a link tree, which basically is links to every single thing that is currently going on, say whether it be like a pre-save for a new song, say our interview together or anything of that sorts, they'll be able to find that in that link tree too. So,
awesome.
but yeah, I always send people to my website because everything you can find on there, which is audramclaughlin.com. And that way they can follow my emailing list and text alerts and all that fun stuff. So.
And it's quite interesting you mentioned there in the LinkedIn about new songs, and it's like, tell us, you've got a new song coming out.
Yes, yeah. So I'm super excited. I actually have a new song.
See, that was seamless, that wasn't it? It was like
I was like, that was good. You got me, Paul.
We didn't really talk about this before the recording. Anyway,
I was like, wait, I forgot about this. Yeah, so I have a new song coming out March 31st, which is next Thursday. I mean, I can't believe it came up so fast, actually. It's called Beautiful Pain. And I wrote this with a good friend of mine, Pete Salas, who he's had a few number one hits with a lot of different people, and including like Maddie and Tay, and gosh, so many people. It's crazy. He's an incredible songwriter, and Jamey Johnson and Johnny Garcia, of course, produced this track. Robert Bally, the longtime, amazing backup vocalist for Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood. Yeah. Such an angel. He sang backup vocals on this track. So that was like, I was so excited when Johnny and Jimmy told me like, hey, Robert's going to put backup vocals on Beautiful Pain. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be epic. So, so that drops next Thursday. And we're so excited for everybody to hear that, because that's definitely more of kind of an R&B kind of soulful side, that a little bit of a different side of me that people haven't truly seen all of that yet. So yeah, that'd be cool.
That's exciting, that, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, obviously this recording it's prior, obviously, to the release. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get to play it on the show. And I'll be making a couple of noises over the pond to see if I can get a hand on it.
that would be wonderful. We would love that. I'm so looking forward to hear what you guys think about it. And we really love this one, so we're excited about it. We hope you guys like it too.
Oh, I'm sure we will. And like I said, it's nice to have a balance. And some artists that, you can listen to a song and you think that's such and such a body, because it is, before they've even sang, they go, yeah, that's such and such a body. I think with artists like yourself as well, there's different elements to your voice and the way you produce and release. You can have a ballad, you can have, like, say, a soulful one, you can have a more of a rocky one going on. And that is a nice blend to have, so then you're not going to get an album and go, it's all the same. It's
right. I mean, and the thing about, like, with different kind of vibes of music, it's like, it's still always me, it's still like my voice that I put into it. It's still like that country soul, that kind of gritty, raspy kind of vibe too. But it's it just has different elements of like all of these different genres of music that I grew up listening to kind of give the listeners sort of like, oh wow, like she really liked rock music, or wow, she loved country and she loves soul and R&B. And so I, like you said, I think it's cool to kind of have that sort of mix. So we're excited.
Yeah. And then obviously after that is the sort of pipeline stuff to get like an EP album, because that seems to be the natural progression these days, is EP first, single, couple of singles, EP, album. Is that the path?
Yeah. So, I mean, we obviously, we have a bunch of songs in the batch that we've put out over the last, course of the last 2 years, I guess it's been, and yeah, I mean, it's definitely a single world for sure, but yeah, I plan on having a EP to have at the festival, which I'm really excited about. So that'll be my third CD since my third, but all of the songs will be all songs that I've co-written and songs that I've really put my soul and passion into, that are all based on, true life stories that I've experienced and things like that. So cool. I'm excited. It'll be fun.
So a lot happening. I mean, it's just great now that, like I said, with COVID's just sort of going up, the chains are being released, and suddenly, like here in the UK, there's things popping up going, oh, the concert here, concert there, and everybody's going, there's just too much now. It's like, oh my
I know,
God.
it's so true. People are now getting overwhelmed. They're like, oh my gosh, they're like, for a while we didn't have anything. And then it's like, we have a festival over here and a festival here. And it's like, we're like, what do we do? What do we go to?
I know. And I mean, there's one with the BCMA now. We're trying to do one called Fan Fest. It used to be called the FSA Fan Fest in Newark in I think the beginning of June. I think it's June. And they're getting more and more artists, and you never know. You will never know that, you know, you might get the, you know, a spot there for yourself. I hope so.
I hope so. I would love that. That would be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Because we sort of we had a sort of meeting the other day, and it's all, you know, it's just gathering momentum now. Because, like I said, the British Country Music Association, we're trying our best now to put things on all over the country now, and invite a lot of the you know, our colleagues over the pond and farther afield, you know. So that's really cool. My last question to you. I have actually something similar before, but I've rebranded it. I've sort of re-engineered it. So, right, Audra, you've got a fire pit party going on. You've got a big fire going on. You've got steaks. You've got, you know, if there's vegetarians, you know, vegans, all that kind of stuff. I have to say that because I don't want to just say steaks.
Right. I understand.
People who just don't eat anything as well. You know, and beers flowing, the guitars are being passed around, the songs. You can invite 6 people round that fire. People that, it could be your family, it could be friends, past and present. It could be people that's inspired you, past and present. Who would those 6 people be?
Oh, wow, man. I guess it could be like people that are still alive and people that have passed, I guess.
Absolutely.
Too. Okay.
People that you would like, if you had a wish and you could say, I want these 6 people to sit round a campfire with me. Let's shoot the breeze. Let's eat and let's drink and sing. Who would that be?
I would say, yeah. So 6. So of course I would have to bring my parents. That would be 2 people, my mom and my dad. I would definitely say my pop, who's no longer with us, who definitely was, you know, an inspiration for me in music. And he kind of sort of led the way when I was growing up by singing in nursing homes and different things like that. And so, yeah, I would say, so mom, dad, my pop, that's 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 3 more people to choose. Man, this is always like the hardest question. I would have to say, this is crazy, but Elvis Presley, probably.
I was just about to go, but no, I thought I wouldn't do that.
Oh, Elvis Presley, that would be 4. And then we got, I think, 2 more. Man, who else would be the two other people? That's a tough one. I feel like there's so many influences of mine that I grew up listening to.
Let me just drop a couple of hints for you to help you. Right. Okay. So we've got the guitars going round. What about a violin in the background going round?
Oh, well, yeah. Jimmy, Johnny. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. That was a trick question.
I just thought I'd help you out on that one. Oh dear.
I love it. Those questions are always the hardest for me, but it's like, wait, duh, like, hello.
I know it is one of those, isn't it? Where you're just thrown upon you. But it's nice that, and I think it was John Berry the other week actually said, and I was very tearful when he said it actually, because it obviously resonated with me when he said straight away, he said, I'd like to bring my mum and my dad back, who passed away, so it was like 20, 30 years ago. And I was like, oh my God, where am I going to go with this? No. And it made me think then that, yeah, why not? You know, because that's who you would like round the fire just for that one night. And just, even now I've got goosebumps just thinking about it, you know.
Oh, yeah, that gave me chills for sure.
Yeah, and it's just a lovely thing. And then the best one was, and I've said this many a time on the show, the best one was Willie Nelson was invited, Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash.
Oh my gosh, yeah. The
Garth
legends.
Brooks. And Jesus Christ. And I went, I'd pay to go to that one.
Yes, 100%.
I can imagine that going on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Can you even like think about like that whole vibe? I mean, to bring back artists like, you know, like Waylon Jennings and Buddy Holly and Patsy Cline, and you know,
it's just
all
been
of
nice,
these.
isn't it? It's
Yeah,
just one of those. And I got the idea because I wrote a song about 5 months ago, something like that. I just had this inspiration of I call it Fire Pit Friends, and near enough 12 months ago, when it was a big birthday of mine last April, and the easing of lockdown had started, and you know, the guys had said to me, all my friends said, come on, we're going camping around the back of, you know, big barn conversion. One of my friends lived there, and they built a fire pit and the steaks and they said the beer and the guitar, and it just lifted everybody, because everybody had been locked down and for 2 years and not seen each other, and people had different emotions and, you know, different things, and we just threw them all on the campfire kind of thing, all the emotions just burnt away, and we just had the best time, and we just pull each other up when we're, you know. And I thought I needed to write something like that, and that's what I did. I just called it Fire Pit Friends.
I love that. Yeah. Oh, I want to hear that.
I'll send it to you. I've never recorded it, but I've sang it live, and somebody recorded it live. And I'm just one of these sorts of people who play around with songs, you know, but I never, I've never really recorded and released anything. So I'd send it. I'd love you to listen to it.
Yeah,
just to see what
I love
you think.
that. That's awesome.
Yeah, but I want to wish you all the very, very best on obviously what's happening now, the new single coming out.
Yeah.
And can't wait to get you onto UK soil and listening to you over in Manchester.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and thank you very much for coming on to the show. And just to make you aware, you get a special badge when it's the third time that you come on the show. So, you know, just making you aware.
Well, thank you, Paul. I appreciate you so much for having me back. And I can't wait to be back again. You know, I think at this point we could do this weekly, just have a little chat.
Well, I want to ask you, I want to ask you something just coming to me. Have you used, you remember when I told you the first time that, you know, when people come up to you and say, you're too loud, you want to turn the mixer down, and I said there was a DFA switch. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do actually.
Did you do that?
Well, I did, because so it was funny, actually. It was hilarious because over the weekend that happened to me, actually. Wow. Somebody was like, hey, you're a little bit too loud. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I know there was some kind of switch. And now that I remember, I just remember that you had told me that. And I was like, oh my Lord. But yeah, it turned out being a great show. But I was like, oh man. I was like, here we go.
You just go, is that, you don't do anything. You just go, right. So is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. And you haven't touched that thing.
And you haven't touched anything. Oh my God. I literally did that. And my guitar player was cracking up because I go, I go, Nick, I didn't even actually move anything. And I was like, how is that? Is that better? And they were like, yeah. And then like 15 minutes later, it was like, well, it's still a little bit too loud. And then I still didn't move anything. And because it started to, like, you know, pack in a little bit more. And I was like, how's that now? All right, that's fine. And I'm like, and I still hadn't moved anything in like 30 minutes.
My work here is done. Thank you. Here all week.
Oh, it was so funny. I was like, yep. So now I'm like, that's Paul Taylor. I gotta, no, it's hilarious.
Call it the Paul Taylor switch. There you go.
I'm definitely calling it that. My an old buddy, an old friend, mentor of mine, manager, used to do that too. He'd say, I'm not turning anything down. And he wouldn't say that over the mic, but he would just do the same thing that you were saying, is that he would act like he was turning it down, and he would actually turn it up. So that's great. I love it. It's been brilliant catching up with you. And like I said, you too, Paul.
Yeah, and stay safe as well. And like I said, good luck with everything.
Yes, you as well, Paul. I appreciate you so much and look forward to being back on your show very soon.
Cheers. Thanks. Adios.
Bye-bye. God bless.
What was I supposed to do? Seeing you out with someone new. Hit me in the chest, stole my breath, used to be me with you. The way you're looking at her makes me remember what we were, and what makes me mad. We can't go back, and what makes it worse. breaking, but it all went wrong. Fire was gone, and we couldn't save it. We just became this beautiful pain, like a rainbow after the storm. I shouldn't hang my head in shame. Oh, it's not fair in love and war. We lost, ended up beautiful pain. Tell me the truth, can't help wonder if you feel the same. And I swallow my pride, keep those words deep inside. Walk away. Beautiful pain, like a rainbow after the storm. I shouldn't